How's it going, gang? Chris Card's back through the mail. Monday, 8 returns for you today, including football, believe it or not. Football return as well as this first one from Philly. And we've got Larry Bowa. Larry Bowa, who, yes, I've gotten before, but I did not have him sign the 74 Topps team card or SIG card. And what the heck, I threw in an 83 Donruss and a 78 Topps in just for good measure. There it is, signed on the top left corner of the Phillies signature card of 74 Topps, signed for my set. George Culver and Willie Montanez also on that card. Let me know who I should send that off to next. And just Larry Bowa on the team card, so I've got to send that one off as well. Willie Montanez is $5, so that's kind of an easy one to get. But I should get some free guys in it first, just in case I lose his. But there you guys go. Larry Bowa, 16 years in the Bigs, 12 with the Phillies, including a managing stint and coaching stint. Of course, 80 World Series champion, a 5-time All-Star, and a legendary TTM signer. Thank you, Larry. Let's move on, guys, to return number 2. All right, friends, moving right along to our second return from Tampa, St. Pete. Let's see who we have here. Welcome to March, by the way. February just flew by, as it always does. We got Ted Power here. Ted Power on an 82 Fleer, 85 Topps. That's an easy one. And we've got a 94 Topps. 94 Topps, a very uninspired set, but nonetheless, Ted Power signed all 3 cards. They look really good. 13-year career as a pitcher in the big league. Spent most of his time with the Cincinnati Reds. 6 of the 13 years, in fact. Also spent some time in Cleveland, Los Angeles, Pittsburgh, Seattle, St. Louis, KC, and Detroit. So bounced around quite a bit after his stint with the Dodgers and the Reds. Of course, look at that. Look at that signature. Very nice signature from Ted Power. A great baseball name, and even better baseball pitcher name. Started and relieved, did a little bit of both throughout pretty much his entire career. There is his information. Awesome return from Ted Power. Let's keep this thing moving, guys, with a return number 3. All right, gang. Next return, no surprise, Art Howe right there on the address label. Art Howe in Texas, 11-year career, 7 with Houston, 2 with St. Louis, 2 with Pittsburgh. And we've got a 90 Topps signed by Art Howe, 90 Topps manager card, 85 Topps as well, signed very nicely. Art Howe, longtime manager, of course, 12 years as a manager in the Bigs with the A's, the Astros, and the Metropolitans. There you guys go. Signed a 90 Topps card as well as an 85 Topps card. Also signed, I don't have too many Fleer cards, but this is definitely going to be 83, 84, and 85 Fleer. The Rainbow, not quite. 82, needed an 82. I think I got an 82 Fleer signed by him already. He's got the colorful Astros uniforms on in that 82 classic card of his. Art Howe, a legendary through-the-mail signer. Chris, what are you going to do with 5 Art Howe signed cards? I don't know, guys. When I find out, I'll let you know. But I've got them. I'm happy. I did say, hey, keep whatever you want. And he did not. He signed them all and sent them back as, yeah, I knew he would. But come on. I had to play the game. Really happy to have 5 Art Howe cards signed. Really, really happy. Let's move on, guys, to return number 3. All right, friends, our football return is next from Las Vegas, Nevada. Actually, it's crazy that Art Howe has a baseball card in 85 Fleer and a manager card in 90 Topps. That's pretty quick from being a player to a manager. Of course, not a player manager like they had back in the day. We've got Tom Mack, Hall of Famer Tom Mack on a 70 and 75 Topps card, signed very nicely. Of course, his inscription, HOF 99, 11-year Pro Bowler, and of course, a lifelong Los Angeles Ram. And I think Michael Myers just got Tom Mack back. I am not TTM stalking you, Michael. This is a pure coincidence from the Embassy Suites right there, where I stayed at that months ago, way before you opened up your envelope. This was sent out very, very long time ago. So, Tom Mack, awesome return from him. Yes, 72 Topps is a high number card. Too rich for my blood, but very cool to no fee either. In fact, one of the very few Hall of Famers without a fee. Tom Mack, awesome return from him. Won the Rose Bowl with the Michigan Wolverines back in 1964. Beat my Oregon State Beavers. Actually, they're not my Oregon State Beavers, but I'm a Duck. But I would have rooted for the Beavers against the Wolverines way back in 1964, but I was negative 14 years old at the time, and I wasn't rooting for anything except coitus, I guess, right? And there you guys go, Tom Mack. Let's move on, guys, to our next return. Moving right along here, our next return is from, I'm not sure where. It's got the D&D stamp on it, which looks pretty sweet. Looks like The Witcher. And you can see the cards right through the envelope, which means I can confidently just tear into this envelope wherever I want. And we've got Bobby Meacham here on an 87 Topps card. 84 Topps as well, signed for the set. Both cards signed for the set. In fact, 3 cards signed for the set. Inscribed nicely on the 84 Topps card, as well as a Columbus Clippers minor league card. Originally drafted by the Cardinals back in 1981 in the first round, 8th overall. Was traded the next year for 3 minor leaguers that never panned out, never made the majors. And even Stan Javier went from the Cardinals to the New York Yankees. So basically, the Yankees fleeced the Cardinals, even though the Cardinals did pretty good in the 80s. Yankees, not so much. But there you guys go. Bobby Meacham, awesome to get these 3 cards signed for my set. Of course, as you see, he was very nice. And, of course, spent 6 years with the Yankees. Did I mention that? That was it. That was his Major League Baseball playing career. I think it was 83 to 88. And that's all she wrote for Bobby Meacham. Nice return, folks. Let's move on to our next return. All right, gang, just 3 more returns left, including this one here from Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, very nice place to visit. And we've got a Cubby here, modern-day Cubby, at least. Joe Borowski. Joe Borowski here. 12 years in the bigs, actually. 5 with the Cubs. Also had a pretty good stint with Cleveland, if you remember. 45 saves in 2007, led the league, and, of course, did well for them in the ALCS that year. Also played with Atlanta, New York Yankees, Florida, Tampa Bay, and Baltimore. Joe Borowski. Can't really say that name. Polish-American, probably. Just taking a stab in the dark there. Joe Borowski here, a very nice return from him. Very horizontal signature, as you can tell. But, yeah, he has 1 game start in his entire 12-year career, and it was in 2001 for the Cubs. He went 1 2/3 inning, gave up 6 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, 1 home run. 32.40 ERA for the season. That's right. That was his only game of 2001 for the Cubbies. Boy, I bet it felt good 2002 to get back into the game and get that off your mind. So there you guys go. Joe Borowski, very nice return from him. Let's move on, guys, to our 6th return of the day. All right, gang, rocking along here. North Texas / Dallas, Texas for return numero 7. And we've got Buddy Groom. Buddy Groom here on a Topps total card from maybe 2003-ish. Buddy Groom, nice little pitcher. Spent 14 years in the bigs. 5 for Baltimore, 4 for Oakland, 4 for Detroit. And yes, that is a 1993 Topps inaugural season Rockies card there. 10,000 of those were made, and I've got one of them now, and it's signed. Very happy to get that done. Yeah, he's still in his Detroit uniform, but now back in the 60s, they would have done they would have painted a Colorado Rockies uniform on him, but or just cropped his head so his head only appeared in the photo, and of course gave him a painted on hat. But there you guys go, Buddy Groom. Buddy Groom, nice return from him. Nice return indeed, and there you guys go. Wow, we're getting some super modern cards here, the last 2 returns. Let's see who we can do. Let's see what we can do for an encore here. Our final return of the day is coming up. Let's get it. Tampa St. Pete for our next return with an extra ounce stamp on it, simply because this is a little bit thick. And there's some hero at the post office who's been returning my mail if it's a little thick. So I'm not taking any chances, especially when money is involved, which means this was a paid signing, a paid TTM signing. And yes, it was Cecil Fielder who didn't sign the cards. Checklist not signed. Here we go. Top Stadium Club signed, though. Very nice signature for Cecil. I sent him 6 cards and $60. And hopefully he signed these 4 at least. It looks like he did. Just a few months ago, he was $5 per. He doubled his price, probably thinking, well, he can probably get $10, and he probably can. So nice to see that. Nice to see those signed. Not happy to see those signed. Yeah, that's 4 there and 2 here, $60. Math doesn't quite add up. So I would not send more than 4 cards to Cecil Fielder. Even cost me an extra stamp because I sent 6 cards and didn't get any payoff for it. So 13 years in the big, 7 with Detroit, 4 with Toronto. Also spent some time with the Yankees, the Angels, and Cleveland. Of course, hit 319 home runs in his career. The same number that his son hit in 12 years, 319 for Prince. Prince, of course, doubled up on the All-Star appearances, 6 for Prince and just 3 for the big man, Cecil Fielder, just to specify because they're both big men. There you guys go. Awesome return from Cecil Fielder. And here is this week's haul. And what a haul it is. I really had to do some backing up out of the shot and trick shots, and I had to go over my mat and just to get all these cards in here. And just think, there's 2 Cecil Fielder cards that didn't even make the photo because they weren't signed. So there you guys go. February is gone. Welcome to March. In like a lion, out like a lamb, something like that, right? Do they still say those things, or did the climate change throw that all off? I'm not sure how that works, but you guys can let me know in the comments down below. Let me know about climate change, and let me know about your thoughts on this week's returns. Hit that like button. Of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I do this every single Monday. I have done so for the last 319 weeks in a row, which has got to be some kind of record. Friday, I do my set update videos. That's 74 tops, 84, 87 tops, and 89 upper deck. So if you see a bunch of those cards come back in my Through the Mail Monday videos and you put 2 and 2 together, that is why I get a lot of those kinds of cards back. Always trying to get as many of those cards signed in those sets as possible. And of course, 5 to 10 cards go on each Friday. I alternate between sets. Fun little videos. I like them. I like doing them. It's always fun to see them go in. It's very satisfying to get those cards and binders filled up with signed cards. So what else do I do? Every single month, I do a private signing video, which I guess I'm due. So let's do a private signing video later on in the week, probably Saturday. I'll put that out. We'll do some more private signings, and every single month I do a private signing video. I take 4 or 5 private signings that I set aside, and I open them up on camera, and I show you guys who I got, what they cost, and of course, those are all for my set 95% of the time. So anyway, guys, hope your weather's getting nice. I'm doing this on Thursday, actually. I'm doing this 3 or 4 days ahead of time, which is insane. I'm usually doing this super late in the week, Sunday, if not Monday morning, bright and early. So glad to get this out of the way and done quickly. Mets weren't televised today, even though they were at home. That really kind of annoyed me. And they had a lot of their starters playing, too, so I didn't get to see them play today. I get very angry. It's not healthy. I don't get that angry. Just being a little bit angry, like a scale of 1 to 10, if I'm a 1, that's probably too angry for just not being able to see a spring training game, at the end of February 28th as I'm making this, or actually 27th I'm making this, so kind of bums me out, actually. Boy, I hope those, and the home games too, because the away games are going to be the other telecasts, and those are just brutal to listen to half the time, like GMs talking and all this, that, and the other. I'm like, I don't care about anything about this team or their players. Unless they sign, I'm very interested about that. So anyway, guys, I've rambled on long enough. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. Didn't ramble as long as last week, though, thankfully. Sorry about that. That just got out of control. And yeah, what more can I say? Thanks for watching to the very end, especially those that say, hey, watch to the end. I really appreciate it. I mean, look at all those cards. That's a lot of cards. Anyway, that's it, my friends. Thanks for watching. See ya.